Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AWA Wiffle Ball 2023. We'll jump right into it. Central Cyclones versus Pacific Pilots after some technical difficulties. This game will be recorded, then posted following the game. Pacific Pilots are home. This is the best matchup in the league, and we're going to get straight into it right here. DJ Oliver on the mound for the Pacific Pilots. Evan Clugston will lead it off. And we are all set to go here. First pitch underway. Ball one.
Gonna be a good matchup today. DJ facing off against Evan. Should be a fun one.
It's Evan swinging right there. Hour delay. Will not be posting this video live as Evan Clugston swings right there. 2-2 count. Does well to lay off of it.
Just missed the zone there.
Be full count. Evan pops it up, and we'll look at the 7th pitch of the at-bat. He does not go, and that will be a walk for Evan Clugston to lead it off.
Nice at bat there by Evan. Watching some pitches, drawing the walk, getting ahead early against DJ, and getting a man on. Start the game today.
DJ Oliver leads the league in ERA. He did miss a week, and because of a grand slam off Evan Clugston last week, which was highly what's the word I'm looking for? It was off. It could have been off the hands, but
oh yeah, yeah.
But that's what ballooned his ERA up to put him over the edge of DJ. So that ball's popped up and out of play.
Zane Phillips been picking up the pace here so far this year, starting to hit some home runs and helping the team out.
1-1 count.
Foul ball right there from Zane.
Nasty pitch right there from DJ Oliver, and that'll be the first out of the game.
Jackson's up.
Oh, what that?
We have the velo there now. Is it on? Is it unmuted? Peter says he heard.
1-1. Oh, we can see the velo. And that ball is playable and caught for the second out. 2 outs in the top of the first.
It's Alex.
And Alex Ballard will step in. It's a very impressive offensive hitting lineup for the Cyclones. Really revamped their offense going into the year.
Yep. Each of them have a chance to take a yard, 1 through 5, hit for power, hit for contact, and keep the lineup going.
Just a bit low.
Alex has 2 home runs this year. Part of that potent Cyclones offense we were just talking about.
And that eats him up a bit. Foul ball. 2-1. As that is inside 3-1. Alex Ballard, part of this rookie class for the Cyclones, along with Zane Phillips. As he looks at a pitch right down the middle, full count. Ball 4. 2 are aboard for the Cyclones. As Jeremy Langstead, the 5th batter in the Cyclones lineup, will step in.
351 average so far this year, 1 home run. So I was looking to build on those home runs, but solid 5-hitter in my opinion.
Looks at strike 1 right there. 0-1. Just misses again, and really DJ's only run so far have come in innings where he decides to walk a few batters. Last week he had 1 earned run total, and that was off a bases loaded walk, as that ball is popped up and caught for the out. Great inning from DJ Oliver there as we head to the bottom of the 1st.
By the way, Zane's playing third today. TikTok is working. Yeah, that's separate. But you can't do it in the outro. And YouTube, yeah, that's all bad. When we start it, they're talking to one of the cats. He says, they're having problems. So then they kicked her out of the chat. No, they just kicked me out.
And here we go, bottom of the 1st inning, Evan Clugston in a battle of the top 2 Cy Young candidates. DJ Oliver will step in 0-0 after DJ got out of the 1st inning hitless. Evan Clugston, the only person ever in the AWA to throw a perfect game. He did so 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and this is going to be a fun matchup here today. Both these teams proven they can hit this year. Both these pitchers are easily the most dominant, so something's got to give.
That's 2 balls here. So Evan Clugston looks a little wild to begin this. The hour delay might have had some impact. So that'll be a 4-pitch walk to DJ Oliver, and DJ, who hasn't had his best hitting year by no means, but he is a little more tentative later in the year, as you know, he sees his average go down a little bit, tries to not swing at those bad pitches.
Yeah. Now, got Mark stepping up here. Like we were saying about DJ earlier, it's kind of the same thing with Evan. He's got to find his control, and really the main thing that hurts him is walking guys. So
3 balls, and that'll be 7 straight balls to begin this inning for Evan. Does not go, and that is the 2nd straight 4-pitch walk. And honestly, if you're Evan, it's not always the worst thing to walk Mark Campanero.
No, getting warmed up, don't want to group anything right down the middle to him and make you pay early on.
And that ball is playable. What a catch! And that'll be a double play. Zane Phillips very nonchalant about throwing it. He could have just stepped on the bag to get the 2nd out. And honestly, if he missed him there, that could have turned into some trouble.
That could have been disaster there, but luckily he made the throw, and like you said, just acting like it was a stroll in the park over there for him.
Josh Campanero, the biggest surprise for the Pilots this year has been his consistent productivity at the back of the lineup. He looks at strike 2.
Yeah, Josh has been one of those guys who...
And that ball is going back, and it's out of here right when we talk about Josh Campanero, the unsung hero of the Pilots this year, leads his team in RBIs and average, and he adds a 2-run shot against the best pitcher in the league. Right there, Pilots are up 2-0.
That's Josh's 3rd home run of the year so far. Like I said, being a nice comfort for them in that 4-hole, 3 home runs, leading the team in RBIs, doing everything he can.
I was about to say, you know, how big of an impact is that double play helping out your pitcher, but it didn't matter in the end with Josh coming through.
Yeah. Josh could have extended his RBI lead there a little bit, but DJ, unfortunately, didn't make the smartest base running.
And that is in play. Some terrible spin for Evan. He does well to get to it, but that'll be a single for Brad McGinnis. We'll turn the lineup over to DJ again, who walked in his first at bat.
Brad, that was well coordinated on the screen.
Ball did some interesting spinning here on this freshly mowed grass.
Yeah.
Swinging there, 1-1. Right down the middle, 1-2. Nasty pitch, strike 3.
62.
No pitch. New life for DJ.
Cyclones thought they were out of it right there.
And that is in play to Evan. We'll see if he can make the play, and he does on his second try there on the slow dribbler. And we're headed to the top of the second, but the Pilots tack on 2 to nothing. Evan Clugston will step in.
Got off to a hot start this year with 4 home runs early in the campaign. It's kind of slowed up a little bit here with the home run ball recently. I was talking to him before the game saying he was trying to get his power back a little bit today. So we'll see if that happens.
We see here early on DJ Oliver sticking with the slider. Three and 1. And that'll hit him. And Evan Clugston is aboard with the leadoff walk. And every run counts when you're facing DJ Oliver.
Yep. Keep that lineup going. I mean, if he's got it going today, you've really just got to fight every single at bat. Make sure every single pitch that you're swinging at is a good pitch and put a good swing on it.
Zane Phillips looks at a 2-0 count, the other rookie for the Cyclones. 3-0. He will be the Game 2 starter for the Cyclones, the number 2 pitcher behind Evan Clugston. Looks at ball 4, and in 2 consecutive innings, DJ Oliver has walked 2 batters.
A little shaky to start the innings here so far this game, but got out of it right after, so be interested to see how he attacks Jackson Carr here.
DJ Oliver leads the league in WHIP and ERA. He did miss a game, while Evan Clugston leads the league in strikeouts, and it's not very close, as that ball is in play and caught for the out. A nice out there for DJ Oliver to kind of get the most important out of the day when it comes to, getting that first out. Make sure you kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, did that hit him in the face? Ow. That's the most painful swing I've ever seen.
Yeah, swinging out a pitch that caught him on the nose, it looked like.
2-1 count. Three and 1.
DJ struggling again this at bat.
A nice slow pitch right there to entice Alex. Full count now. And it leaves it wide. Bases loaded, 3 consecutive walks. And up steps Jeremy Langstead in a big spot for the Cyclones, down 2 runs here in the top of the second. 1 out.
Yeah, he's struggling to find the zone this inning. Jeremy's up. He's looking to us up here at the booth, shaking his head like he's going to do something big this at bat. Let's see it.
And he might have wanted that one back because that was a slow curve. 0-1. 2 straight pitches he fouls back, and it's 0-2. Got him, strike 3. That's a big strike out there from DJ. Looks like Jeremy didn't have a chance that entire time.
Yeah, those first 2 pitches were looking nice, good, but Jeremy just couldn't get the barrel on it and fouled it off twice, and then had a tough strike 3 right there. And 2 outs now for DJ. Bases loaded. It's a big spot for Evan. Needs to help himself out here.
We'll see how patient he is here. He looks at his no pitch on the gun. Right back to that slider for a ball. 1-0.
He's been going at the slider a lot today.
Takes a pitch there, evens the count, 1-1. And that is a slow roller, and he misses the backsword. 1 will come in. That'll be 2 runs scored. And Mark Campanero had a shot to get him out, but misses the backstop. That's gonna tie the game 1-1.
And that's just a tough play right there. You saw Mark, he was aiming for Jeremy, who was outside the backstop area. So with that miss on hitting him, an extra run gets in on that.
2's across the board now. Top of the second with 2 outs and 2 on for Zane Phillips. And that ball is popped up foul. Alex Ballard was creeping up from third base. We'll see what Zane can do here with 2 men in scoring position. Looks at a second strike, 0-2. Got him, strike 3. But the Cyclones tie it up on an error from Mark Campanero. And we're headed to the bottom of the second. The Pacific Pilots in this tie game here in the bottom of the second. Evan Cluxton started to settle in towards the end of the first inning as Mark swings at a high slider. 0-1.
Game tied now 2-2.
And that's a hard hit ball. Mark Campanero does well to go down. And he will get 1 bag on the throw. And that's a tough play to make for the rookie Alex Ballard.
Yeah, I mean, you know the saying, you never have a lefty play shortstop. And there he is right there in that situation. Had to twist his body all the way around to even get the throw off, and those valuable seconds cost you.
Speaking of someone, the only player in the league who actually consistently makes that throw is Keaton McKay, stepping in right now. Surefire lock to win his 2nd straight platinum glove.
Definitely, I mean, this guy's easily the best fielder in the league.
Wait, can you time for a sec?
the count.
Just keep it. I mean, it's just what, 1-1 still?
Yeah.
Yeah, just 1-1, 1-1.
No, it's 1-2.
1-2. Oh.
1-2 count here to Keaton.
Yeah. Does not go around. Full count.
Good job by Keaton to hold up on that tough pitch there.
And that's a hard hit ball off of Evan's hand. And Zane almost gets Mark there. But he'll just miss runners now on the corners. After a great full count hit from Keaton McKay, who's having his best season offensively.
That was a close play. They got lucky there. Cyclones did. That ball could have bounced off into foul territory, but it luckily hit off a tree. Bounced back into play, so Mark could not advance home.
Nails Josh Campanero in the face right there after hitting that 2-run shot. You gotta wonder, was that intentional?
Yeah. No pitch on that one, over the speed limit.
A bit high.
Interesting position here for the Pilots. They put up no pitch again on that one as he hit 61.
It's like Evans a little bit up in the speech. Oh, that's a nasty pitch. Hits him in the face on the bounce back. A little disrespectful there. That's 2 hit faces in the same at bat. It'll be 3-1 now. You got to wonder, Evan coming in, throwing some speed checks more than we've seen him do all year. Full count now on that nasty drop.
Giving up the 2 runs in the first, and now he's got runners on first and third with no outs here in the second. Probably the most danger he's been in all year.
That will walk Josh Campanero now. Bases loaded, no outs, and that is a rare sight to see for the ace of the Cyclones. Up steps Brad McGinnis.
Yeah, that's the first walk he's given up this inning. Giving up 2 hits to the left side of the field. Now Brad steps up.
It's a nasty pitch right there. 0-1. Just misses. 1-1.
Good eye from Brad there.
Dots a slider there. 1-2 count.
Sitting right below the 60-mile-per-hour mark there. 59. Beautiful pitch.
Got him. Strike 3, and that's a big strikeout for Evan Clugston. 1 away here, but not out of danger yet. DJ Oliver will step in, trying to add on and help himself out on the mound.
And that's the Evan that I've been used to seeing all year right there. Quick and just efficient. Sitting the guy down. 3-4 pitches, so.
Inside 2-0. Decided to swing there before the ball was thrown. 2-1.
Yeah, swinging no matter what on that one.
Nasty pitch right there. Evens the count. 2-2.
Like you were saying, Evan's kind of getting dialed in on that pitch.
Got him. Strike 3, and a huge back-to-back strikeouts for Evan Clugston. And the go-ahead run still 50 feet away.
That was just pitching 101 right there from Evan Clugston. I mean, just beautiful pitches, textbook, and big strikeout for him.
Now he's not out of danger yet. Silver Slugger from 2 years ago, Mark Campanero, will step in. Swinging first pitch there, 0-1.
Just missed that one.
Mark Campanero in the top 5 of the leaderboard for home runs. Swinging over the top of that one, 0-2.
Mark looking to break the tie here.
Nasty pitch right there. Oh, no pitch. And that didn't even look 62. And that ball is going back, and that is a grand slam, Mark Campanero. And that is unfortunate for Evan Cluxton. A speed check barely would have been a strikeout.
That's got to just be a tough pill to swallow. Thought you had Mark right there on a looking strike 3, but man, a little too fast. And he ends up redirecting that ball for a grand slam to hit them up more.
That's one of the biggest game win percentage shifts I've ever seen in the league right there. Strikeout to a grand slam would have ended the inning.
Great job by Mark, though. Thinking he had the strike 3, battled back, said, hey, I got another pitch, and ended up driving it out of the yard.
And that is in play to the first baseman, and he will get Keaton McKay for the out. And we're headed to the top of the 3rd inning, a chance for the Pilots to close it out right here. Here we go, the top of the 3rd inning. Jackson Carr will lead it off. Jackson, 5 home runs, 2nd in the AWA. Only behind DJ Oliver's brother, Jake Oliver, with 6. And Jackson Carr swings at the first pitch, a high slider, 0-1.
Cyclones down to their last 3 outs here. That's how big that swing was for Mark there. I mean, it changed the game just like that. They were
got him, strike 3, and it looks like DJ's starting to work into some of his other pitches after primarily going with the slider.
Yeah, he's getting the slider working early, getting his foundation going, and now he's starting to add layers onto that, and that's just when it gets tough out there, when he's working and figures out that first pitch and starts adding on, and it's uphill battle from there.
Ball 1. And you got to wonder if as that ball's fouled back, you got to wonder if you're the Central Cyclones and you lose game 2, are you going to hold Evan to pitch the 3rd game, where you a much favorable matchup rather than going up against DJ again?
You know, it's just kind of how Evan's feeling. He might not be feeling his best today, who knows. So the option's always up in the air.
Nasty pitch right there, strike 3. Nothing Alex Ballard could do about that. And the Cyclones are now down to their final out.
DJ's just got it working this inning, back-to-back backwards Ks, just spotting up the zones, top left, bottom right. Not much you can do there.
Once DJ finds that slider and is able to land it for strikes, he can start throwing in his other pitches, and at that point, you know, it's like good luck.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, he tends to work that slider down low a lot of the time, and when he starts working those other pitches in, he's all over the board, and it's almost unhittable.
Jeremy just a little late on that slider, 1-1. And that's in play to Mark Campanero. See if he can make the play, and he does, and that will end the game. Pacific Pilots take game 1 after Mark Campanero redeems himself with a 2-run error and comes back, hits a grand slam. The Pacific Pilots just can't lose.
Yeah, they're just on an unbelievable roll right now. Their 1 loss this year is a 2-1 loss against the Mojo earlier, so I mean, this is a very tough team to beat.
Strategic move, I said. Guarantee a game for you. Oh, I know it's other games.
Getting ready to start game 3, or game 2, sorry. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Strike 1 to Evan Clugston to lead it off. Evan has elected to pitch in game 3. 0-2, and you can see right here kind of the Cyclones eager to try and get some hits against DJ. It's been tough to come by.
Yeah, they got those 2 runs early in the second inning last game, and that was about it. And not much else has been going right for them offensively so far.
Strike 3, a quick strikeout for DJ Oliver, and he's starting to mow down these Cyclone hitters.
Yeah, the Cyclones I'm seeing they're helping him out a lot. I mean, he's painting the zone, but they're also swinging out a lot of strikes that swinging out a lot of balls that aren't strikes. So that doesn't help their case either.
Zane Phillips, the pitcher in game 2, will step in. Hard swing right there.
It's a healthy hack.
0-1. No pitch. Huh? Okay. They said 60. 0-1. And that will be legal. 0-2.
62, a little too hot right there. DJ's starting to pick up the pace this at bat.
You can tell how big of a game this is. Both pitchers hitting many speed limits as that's fouled back.
Yeah, they're working from their heart and soul into these pitches.
Got him. Strike 3 on the nasty drop. 2 outs now in the top of the first inning.
DJ's just cooking right now. He's out there, shrugging his shoulders. Kind of like, don't even really know what's going on.
Jackson Carr will step in, and the Cyclones are going to need some offense from him. They want to have a shot at taking down DJ.
Jackson's one of the league leaders in home runs this year with 5.
So he looks at that slider right down the middle, 1 and 2.
Taking strikes, swinging out balls.
Does well to lay off the high fastball, 2 and 2. Got him. Strike 3, and we're headed to the bottom of the first after a great inning from DJ Oliver. Zane Phillips will get to start here in the second game. Normally the game 3 starter for the Cyclones, but after losing game 1, Evan Clugston, their ace, elects to pitch in game 3 to give him a better shot at least taking 1 game this series.
Yeah, smart move by Evan there. Not conceding this game, but saying, hey, I'll take our chances with me pitching game 3 against their number 2 guy and see if Zane can give them a little spark that they need. So far this year, Zane's got a 3.38 ERA, 12 strikeouts through 10 2/3 innings pitched. So he'll be looking to build off that so far this year.
And here we go. DJ Oliver will step in. DJ Oliver, the first overall pick from 2021. He pitched very well last year.
DJ. And that #1 overall pick is definitely warranted with his pitching alone. Anything he does hitting-wise is just bonus, in my opinion.
0-2 now, quick. And Zane Phillips, who's taken with the Cyclones' first pick in the draft, strikes out DJ, and Zane slowly is becoming a threat not only offensively but pitching-wise. You saw right there 3 straight nasty pitches to DJ Oliver.
Yeah, he's turned into an all-around wiffle ball player, which you can love to see out of your first-round draft pick. I mean, I know he's working a lot even when we're not playing on his pitching, so gotta love to see it from a guy like this. It's starting to pay off.
And he's got the swag.
Yep. Always rocking the arm and leg sleeve opposite each other.
Mark out in front of the slow curve 0-2.
No eye black for Mark today, I'm noticing. It's kind of unusual.
Oh, that's a little weird. Almost makes you think that Moses Valdez of the Aces started wearing it and he maybe felt a little threatened.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Does not go 2-2.
But obviously it hasn't hurt Mark at all today. He's had that grand slam in the first game to win it for the Pilots.
Lays off of that, full count now to Mark Campanero here in the bottom of the first inning. And that is just low. And honestly, if you're looking at the strategy of the Cyclones, good job by Zane there to kind of pitch around Mark Campanero and see if you can get away with some pitches here and there, and unfortunately resulted in a walk.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that Mark walked in the first game, his first at bat, and then Evan thought he had him on a strikeout and ultimately took him for a grand slam. So, I mean,
as that ball is in the gap, Keaton McKay will advance to second. And as looks like Evan Gluckston got Mark in the spot he was not normally comfortable getting hit. And Keaton McKay is in with a double.
nice hit there by Keaton. To the deepest part of the field. Dropped in behind that tree. Saw Alex had to navigate around that. And
Josh Campanero will now step in. Is that low? 2-0. 3-0 now. Nice respect 3-0 swing there from Josh.
gotta love it.
And that hit his arm, and that will be a walk. Bases now loaded. For Brad McGinnis, we'll see what he can do here. Had a single in game 1.
It's big at bat right here for the Pilots.
1-1 count.
Looking to take an early lead.
And that is a foul ball, just foul. Does well to lay off. Lays off again for full count now. Got him, strike 3, and that's a great strikeout there from Zane Phillips to get the second out of the inning. Now he's in a position where he can get any base and get out of this inning.
Yeah, huge strikeout there for Zane. I mean, yeah, the bases loaded, 1 out. Had to get a strikeout, and he gets it there on looking strike 3.
That is just foul. 0-1. Nasty pitch right there. 0-2. And That's fouled out of play again. Will remain at 0-2. Oh, somehow hits him in the face.
Jeez. Had a couple of facials today.
And the count will be 1-2 now. Another nasty curveball right there that might have hit the top of the zone. Will remain at 1-2.
Yeah, credit to DJ there. Didn't duck out on that and fought it off.
Goes. We'll check. Did not go. And that's a hard hit ball. Evan knocks it down, steps on second. What a play from Evan Clugston to prevent the run from scoring. And we're headed to the top of the second. Score remains 0-0. Alex Ballard will step in. Here in the top of the third inning. Oh, second inning.
DJ went 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. First two were looking strikeouts. Third one was swinging.
Alex Ballard swings at the first pitch. One and one.
It's the main thing I'm seeing from the Cyclones is they need to, like that, and they need to start laying off those close pitches that letting DJ get ahead of them on pitches that aren't actually strikes.
Nasty slow pitch right there. 2-2 now. Just misses now. Full count.
And that's the tough part. You know, I'm up here saying you got to just not swing at those balls, but I mean, those balls are missing by no more than an inch or two from the strikes and balls.
And Alex Ballard will strike out on that slow curveball. One away here in the top of the second. Jeremy Langshead will step in, trying to help contribute to the Cyclones team offensively. Only 2 runs so far here midway through game 2. Jeremy Langshead does well to lay off the ball. And that ball is going back, and that will stay in. Jeremy almost gets tagged out at first.
The ball was on the ground, and he was about 2 feet out of the box.
That is some elite speed from Jeremy Langshead, and you got to think, you know, if that ball, it didn't go out, and if you're the Cyclones, that might be the only way you score against DJ.
Yeah, and, you know, I was going to give Jeremy some crap before that. He hadn't gone away all season yet, and there he goes, first hit of the season away.
And there is another ball out of play. DJ thinks about it, but Evan Clugston will just remain at an 0-1 count. Oh, 1 here with 1 out. Runner on first. Just a bit high. 1-1. Looks like a quick pitch there. 1-2.
Yeah, sitting right at 60. That was.
And that is a foul ball, but barely. Count remains 1-2 for Evan Clugston.
Cyclones looking to string a couple of good at-bats here.
Got him, strike. No pitch. So we'll go back on the sinker, hit 61.
Let's see if Evan can.
Does not go swinging at the same pitch he just did a second ago. 2-2. Does there, though. Goes fishing. I guess we'll just keep having Evan bat flip and getting back in there.
Second time he's thought he was rung up through the bat and had to go pick it back up and hit again.
Just low. Now full count to Evan Clugston.
Just be huge.
Hits his arm, and that'll be a walk. Hit his arm. Hit his arm.
Big walk right there for Evan. We thought he was rung up 2 times at bat.
And you know, you can't feel too bad for DJ because that happened to Evan and it resulted in a grand slam.
Exactly.
So.
Not the worst case scenario.
Zane Phillips steps in, and if you were looking at BP early today, he was hitting some bombs against DJ in the warm-ups.
Yeah. Definitely feels pretty good off this guy. Just looking for that one pitch.
2-0. Just misses on the slider. 2-1. Three and 1 now. No pitch, 3-1. And that is in play, and that's an unfortunate play for Zane, but it will advance the runners. Kind of a check swing right there for the second out. But now there was a runner, 2 runners in scoring position for Jackson Carr, who's tied with Mark Campanero with 5 home runs.
Yeah, that's just a tough result right there for Zane. I mean, you were ahead 3-1 in the count. Check swing off the end of the bat. Went foul. Had some ridiculous spin on it and ended up coming back into play for an easy ground out.
It's a ball inside. See right here, DJ Oliver much lower in his velo here against Jackson, maybe trying to elicit some more swings.
Mm-hmm.
He does have first base open.
Yeah. Jackson shaking his head at that pitch. Maybe could have had his 6th home run of the year on that.
Swing in there, guessed poorly. Now 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Does not go. Full count now. Nasty. Oh, just a game of speed checks.
It's been a couple of speed checks this inning from DJ. Saved a couple of strikeouts for the Cyclones.
And that is in play. That's a foul ball. Foul ball.
Nice job by Jackson there to fight off in that pitch, realizing it was going to hit the zone at the last second.
Got him. Strike 3, and that is a huge strikeout right there to get Jackson Carr, and we're headed to the bottom of the second. The score remains 0-0. Mark Campanero will lead it off here in the bottom of the second. 0-0 is the score.
Zane got out of a big jam last inning. We looking to have a cleaner inning.
At At the end of the day, it's, you know, it doesn't matter how you get there. DJ's been having some pretty clean innings. Zane's found himself in trouble, but the score is still 0-0. As that is a fair foul ball, barely went foul. Was fair until the last second. And that'll just be a long strike.
Looking like it was going to be fair, and then the last second just went left of the third base.
Evan Clugston over at short. Solid defender, and it's usually the pitchers that know how to throw it across the mound without throwing it too far over.
Yeah, we saw him make that nice play.
That's in play to Evan as we bring up his name. Gets him for the out. What a play from Evan. He's made 2 excellent plays today so far.
Just very quick. You see he's light on his feet when that ball's hit. He's ready to go and scoop it up and get an out.
Makes it a little bit easier being righty. Alex Ballard over at second base is a lefty, as we saw him try to make a couple plays here today. A little awkward.
Yeah. You see Alex kind of, if the ground ball's hit to you out there, I mean, it's pretty much a base hit.
2-0. 3-0 now, and we'll see what Keaton does here. Just behind it there, 3-1. Fights that one off now, full count. And that is popped up and caught from Zane to come back from down 3-0 in the count to get an out. That's a huge out.
Yeah, nice job. Battled back. Didn't shake his confidence being down 3-0. Gets the next 2 strikes and gets the pop-up for the second out of the inning.
Josh Campanero will step in. Had the 2-run shot in game number 1. Both Campanero brothers getting all RBIs for the Pilots so far here today.
Yeah, and he walked his earlier at bat this game.
So that is a ball inside, 1-0. Swinging there on the screwball, and this seems like a game where the first run scored might do it. So I hit his arm, 3-1.
Pitching's been great. Zane did a good job to start this game.
Does not swing at the enticing curveball, and Josh is aboard with the walk. Brad McGinnis will step in with 2 outs and 1 on. And that is in play to Evan Clugston. Gets the runner at second, and Evan Clugston has been a vacuum over at shortstop as we head to the top of the third. 0-0 remains the score. Alex Harden will step in, or Alex Ballard. There's a lot of Alexes. Top of the third, 0-0 remains the score. Inside, ball 1. Nice changeup for Alex, who has been swinging at the first pitch. Oh, a nasty pitch. 1-1.
You got to think that the Cyclones, with the way Zane's pitching so far, if they can scratch one across here, that they got a good chance to finally take one from DJ.
They were so close in the last inning. Had 2 straight strikeouts. That has a little bit of spin in that. He's tough. Surely an error on Brad McGinnis, the first baseman. Had a little bit of spin on it, but it seems like he should have made the play there.
Yeah, and you see Alex was really hustling down the line there. Brad looked up to see where Alex was, and before he could even pick the ball up, Alex was there and kind of didn't field it cleanly.
Jeremy Langston steps in, had that deep single to right field, and there's a ball, bounces, and Keaton McKay can't make the play. Alex Ballard all the way to third. The Cyclones got something cooking here. Normally the sure-handed Keaton McKay, who takes it for a one-hop, can't handle it, and that'll allow Alex advance all the way to third base.
Yeah, you don't see that from Keaton often, bouncing off to the left there. And we saw the classic. He runs over to it slowly, hoping to get the guy on third to start heading home, and he throws him out. Smart running there by Alex to stay at third.
2-0 as DJ throws behind Evan there. No team has ever beaten the Pilots in a series. And that's a hard hit ball. Drops for a single. And that is a RBI single for Evan Clugston, and the Central Cyclones take their first lead of the game. Evan Clugston stepping up.
Yeah, and almost identical hits from Jeremy and Evan there, and that one was fielded cleanly, but we saw Keaton kind of wasn't sure where to go with it at first. Thought about going home, but Alex was already there.
Just foul hits the roof of the house. 1-1 count. That ball was a foot away or less from being catchable from the first baseman, Brad McGinnis, trying to make up.
Yeah, and it's kind of scary running over there. You got the house, the brick house right there next to you. And
big hack right there from Zane Phillips, 1-2. Just misses. Full count. And that ball is deep and popped up and caught from Brad. Jeremy Langstead does not try to advance, and now he does on the overthrow. And that is definitely play, yeah. Little lazy, but the runners will move up.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it stayed in play. I can't, like, they can do that. Yeah. Then it's like we could just throw it around randomly. I mean, if he's running. Will you miss the pitcher? 1-0. Jackson a little excited there. His hand came off the bat. 1-1. And that ball is hit in the gap where, and what a play from Mark. It looks like no one was over there. Jeremy had a chance to go home, didn't tag up, and that's a big out right there.
Great play from Mark there at third base, showing his range, going over the shoulder and just making that catch. I thought that was going to drop into no man's land, and yeah, just great catch there by Mark.
Right down the middle, 0-1 to Alex Ballard. 1-1. Two and 1.
Alex got the inning going on that error by Brad at first to get the first run across for the Cyclones.
And we see the Pilots have a heavy shift going right now, but harder throwers like DJ, you know, you saw it. As that is popped up out of play. Harder throwers like DJ often result in oppo hits like we've been seeing here today with Jeremy, and prior pitch right here, full count. And that's a hard hit ball. And right as I say that, that scores a run, a clutch hit right there from Alex Ballard. And the Cyclones are now up 2-0 with runners on the corners.
Nice piece of hitting there by Alex. You saw DJ really slow it down on him. He just stuck with it, didn't get too excited at it, and just put a nice swing on it and drove it to the wall.
DJ Oliver usually gets away with that, but not when he hangs it over the heart of the plate. Trying to entice these hitters to swing. Jeremy Langstead will step in. Swinging first pitch there. Jeremy 2 for 2 in this game against DJ, a rare feat. And that is a foul ball, 0-2. Seems like Jeremy's either hitting or he's striking out on 3 consecutive pitches.
Yeah, I mean, and when he does put in play, you usually don't see too many singles from him. They're usually either deep flyouts or home runs most of the time. So, and using the whole field today. First hit was Oppo. Second hit was right to Keaton in left center.
And just as we say it, strike 3. But a big inning nonetheless against the Cyclones as we head to the bottom of the third. A chance to close it out here and even the series. And we're getting ready to start the bottom of the third here. DJ Oliver will lead it off. The Cyclones are on top 2-0 here. Zane Phillips steps in. Nasty pitch right there. 0-1.
Zane's been finding the pitch in here this game. Really working the lower part of the zone and all around it.
Curveball right there, misses high. Three and one. And that ball is playable, kind of in no man's land, but Jeremy Langstead comes across to get the out. A big first out for the Cyclones.
Great job by Jeremy to stick with that. You heard Evan running over saying he got it, but Jeremy ultimately ended up with it and stuck with it. Can easily be a disaster to start the bottom of the third inning right there.
These hits have been finding kind of no man's land as Mark Campanero steps in. That is right down the middle, 0-1.
Zane has really slowed down this Pilots offense this game. I mean, 6 runs in that first game, a couple of home runs by the Campanero bros. And I mean, only 1 hit for them so far in the game, too.
1-2 count, and honestly, seeing new pitchers is sometimes harder to hit than seeing really good old pitchers like Evan Clugston.
Yeah, you know, everyone's heard and seen Evan, but like you're saying, you get some new looks in here. No one's really faced Zane before, so.
That's a hard hit ball to Evan, knocks it down. What a play from Evan. If we look back at this game, Evan Clugston has been an automatic out with grounders hit over to the shortstop position right there. Really underrated part of his game.
Yeah, he's been really been ready over there. That's the second time throwing Mark out at first base. He also made a nice play at second twice where he fielded and ran over and got the guy at second to end the inning. So, been a great job at third base.
High ball right there to Keaton McKay, and now the Pilots find themselves in a position they haven't been all year, down to their final out.
Mm-hmm. Their only other loss this season was 2-1 loss against the Mojo.
No pitch there, 1-1. And on that 2-1 loss to the Mojo, it was a walk-off walk.
Yeah, and it was an absolute duel between DJ and Dom that game, so.
Nicks the bottom. No pitch, though. 2-1 remains the count. And that's a hard hit ball to the lefty. Unfortunately, can't make the play, and Keaton is on again. Keaton McKay having an excellent season offensively as he advances to second. As kind of sleeping over there. And up steps Josh Campanero. First pitch swinging, 0-1.
Great pitch right there. That thing looked like a strike the whole way until it just fell off.
Josh does well to lay off the low pitch there, 1-1. And that ball is going back and over the head of Alex. He can't make the play. And that, all things considered, it for a second it looked like a home run. So Cyclones are sweating bullets there with that hit. Alex Ballard, tough to read that, but you know, you got to wonder, could he have made the play there?
Yeah, it's a tough play right there. Didn't go out like you said, so not the worst thing, but man, that should have been another out for them.
Up high for Brad McGinnis. As that ball's in play to Evan, knocks it down to second for the out, and the Cyclones, against all odds, take game 2, even the series, to get the Pacific Pilots their second loss of the year. And we're going to head into game 3, the rubber match, with the Cyclones a chance to give the Pilots their first series loss of the year. And here we go. Game 3 rubber match right here as Evan Clugston fixes his shoe. True. And here we go. Brad McGinnis on the mound. Strike 1.
Brad, a very good pitcher in the league. Great number 2. Simple approach, but very effective.
Hits the strike zone there. High there, 1-2 count now. Brad, one of the slower workers in the league.
He's got a 2.00 ERA so far this year. Oof.
And that is strike 3 to Evan Clugston.
And that's the thing with Brad. He has that one just kind of cutter, but just hard to hit. And he puts it all over the zone and gets a lot of strikes with it.
Few pitchers are very good at getting their speed at right around the top of the limit, and Brad is one of them. Makes it very difficult to hit. 1-0. One and one to Zane Phillips, who was the hero of game number 2, pitched his team to a scoreless win against the Pilots. Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, he shut down this lethal Pilots offense and helping give the Cyclones a chance to win the series.
1-2. Does well to fight it off. Remains 1-2 count. Inside 2-2 count now. Over the top strike 3 and a great start to the game for Brad McGinnis with 2 straight strikeouts and upsets Jackson Carr, who had a little bit of difficulty with DJ, but now steps in facing Brad McGinnis.
Last couple of bats you saw, he was wishing he had a couple pitches back that he could have drove over the fence.
Inside, ball 1.
Oof.
Hits him there, 2-0. Jackson Carr fights it off. The count now 2-1. Jackson Carr tied with Mark Campanero with 5 home runs this year. Second in the league, trailing only Jake Oliver. Strike right there. 2-2 is the count. And Jackson Carr looking over at his teammates, maybe trying to get a signal. And that's high, full count. I can tell you what pitch is coming next.
It's the same pitch over and over again from Brad, but it's a matter of location with him, and just gotta think. I'm swinging at it.
That's all you need. Got him. Strike 3, and that's a 1-2-3 strikeout inning for Brad McGinnis, and we head to the bottom of the first inning, 0-0. Evan Clugston will be on the mound. The Cyclones ace and Cy Young frontrunner. He's the first pitcher to eclipse 60 strikeouts, and we're only in week 5. This is the first game of week 5. The record is held by Alex Harden, the only pitcher to go over 100 strikeouts in a season, and that was last year. But this year we're playing with less games as DJ steps in. Misses.
Evan, yeah, he's like you were saying, he's on a really good pace right now to pass Harden's record, and I think he's gonna do it.
With nasty pitches like that, count remains 2-1. Just behind of that one is DJ, 2-2. Got him. Strike 3, and you got to think Evans on a little bit of a redemption tour right here after getting messed up in game 1. Grand slam of the now batter stepping in, Mark Campanero.
Yeah, you got to think the Cyclones are liking the situation they're in. You've got Evan, who, like you said, didn't have the best game 1, but feeling a little bit of a revenge this game 3 and starting off with a strikeout. And you also, in case things do go a little wrong, you got Zane right over there who ended up shutting this offense down last game.
Nicks the zone, strike 1. Hit it by a hair. Oh, 2 to Mark Campanero, who's out in front of that slow slider. And we'll see what happens next. Mishandles that one a little bit, 1-2. See if Evans got any revenge planned for Mark here. Strike 3, And that'll be the second out of the inning. So far, we've seen 5 straight strikeouts from these pitchers.
Yeah, and I think that's all the revenge that, I mean, that'll do it for Evan right there. If he can keep doing that to Mark the rest of the game and just sit him down and get this win for the Cyclones, he'd be happy.
It's not very often you see a team in a position to win a series against the Pilots. The Pilots suffered only their 2nd loss of the season in Game 2. As Keaton McKay, who's had excellent defense, everyone knows about that, but the offense has been a pleasant surprise. He swings right there in the top 5 for home runs. The end of week 4 here in week 5, 2-1.
Yeah, we're talking about Jackson and Mark tied with 5, but Keaton's right up there with them also, 5 home runs respectively this season.
And that'll be a 5-pitch walk to Keaton McKay, who gets on base. Keaton's always been great at getting on base, but this year the power has been a pleasant surprise for these Pilots. And he actually did have a home run robbed from him last week against Thomas Bleos and the Wolfpack.
Yeah, so been having a great season. That's what you love to see from guys who've been in the league, starting to figure it out, getting their feet fully wet, getting past that rookie season and starting to explode.
Jeez. 0-2. Does well to fight it off. That's a foul ball. 0-2. Does not go. 1-2 to Josh Campagner, who had that 2-run shot in Game 1 facing Evan. Just misses again, evens the count, 2-2.
Nice job from Josh to lay off these pitches.
Outside, and Josh has worked the count to full after being down 0-2. Got him, strike 3, and that's a big strikeout from Evan. Comes back here in game number 3 to get 3 strikeouts as we head to the top of the 2nd inning, 0-0. And here we go, top of the 2nd inning. Alex Ballard will step in. Outside ball 1. And for some reason, Brad McGinnis has just been very hard to hit this year, as you see right there, a bit high. And, you know, maybe it's a combination of, you know, you see DJ, who's been very good, and you just want to get some hits, and you think you can get some, and then Brad just comes in and shuts the door.
Yeah, he's got a little different approach, you know. He relies mainly on the speed. He sits around 57, 58, 59 most of the time, and just kind of has a sharp cut to his pitch that just catches the zone a lot of the time.
Inside, 3-1 to Alex Ballard. Nasty pitch right there, full count. Froze him there, strike 3, and Brad McGinnis has struck out 4 straight batters to begin this game.
And yeah, like we're saying, it's just simple. I mean, you know what's coming, but for some reason you just can't pull the trigger on it, and a couple of strikeouts are here early on here for Brad.
Jeremy Langstead will step in after a very productive Game 2. Will step in here trying to find some success against Brad. Strike there at 60. If you're joining us, make sure to try Fantasy Wiffle Ball, playerchair.net/AWA to play for free. Pick your lineup. Jeremy Langstead batting here today was only $18, it's free. It's not real money. It's a free budget, but you can win prizes every week. And that is a hard hit ball off the wall. And Jeremy Langstad is the only player I've ever seen hit 2 shots, almost home runs, and almost gets thrown out at first base.
Yeah, great piece of hitting from Jeremy. I mean, he gets caught sometimes home run watching, seeing if that ball's got enough legs on it. But as long as he's getting there safe, I mean, you'll hear no complaints from me.
Evan Clugston steps in. Little sword swing right there, 0-1. Nasty pitch. 0-2.
It's a tough pitch right there.
Nasty pitch again. Strike 3, and Brad McGinnis is dialed here.
Yeah, it's like, you know, a lot of guys have that curve or slider, and it's more of a bending. His is just kind of a sharp fastball that just slides off the table at the last second. And
it's like Mariano Rivera's cutter. You see right there, another nasty pitch.
I mean, even right from up here, it looks like that's coming right at Zane's shoulder, and just at the last inch, it just cuts in like six feet, it feels like.
0-1. Outside 1-1. See what Zane can do right here. A bit high, 2-1. And Zane very patient at the plate here. Had that walk-off home run against the Wolfpack about 2 weeks ago. Bit high right there, and that series was kind of Zane Phillips' coming out party.
Yeah.
Kind of struggled at the beginning of the year, but right around week 3 really has turned it on as he looks at 3-1 count.
Yeah, he's got powered all field, and just got to look for a certain pitch.
Right down the middle, full count now. Jackson Carr on deck. And that'll nail him in the face, not close. And that will walk Zane Phillips. And up steps Jackson Carr in a big spot right here, trying to help his team out. He's got the 5 home runs. No bigger spot than right here.
The power isn't the question. It's just he's just got to get his pitch and put a good swing on it.
And that is in play. Brad knocks it down. Jackson, he will be safe at first. Jackson almost gave up on the play, and that almost cost him. But he will get in there. Brad almost had a chance there to make the catch, but recovers. And Jackson just beats it by a step.
Yeah, great hustle by Jackson there. Brad, man, if he would have just been a second or two faster, he would have gotten out of the inning there.
Bases loaded for Alex Ballard. Inside. He struck out in his first at-bat facing Brad. First career at-bat versus Brad. And that is fouled straight back. 1-1 count.
Alex has shown he has some sneaky power also with 2 home runs this year.
Just outside. He had that walk-off hit in week 1. 2-1 count now. I see here in their second at-bat versus Brad, all the batters are a little bit more patient. And that's a hard hit ball through the gap. 1 run's coming home. 2 runs coming home. And that is a 2-run double from Alex Ballard. Huge hit for the rookie. And the Cyclones are again on top.
And you saw, like earlier in the second game, Pilots had a shift on for Alex as he was a lefty. They had 2 guys on the right side of the field, and makes him pay for that. He drives that left center right where Keaton is right now.
Strike right there. 0-1.
This is all coming with 2 outs. Great little 2-out rally here for the Cyclones.
And that is popped up. And what a play from Josh Campanero to get out of the inning. And we're headed to the bottom of the second. 2-0 remains the score. And here we go to start the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 here. Cyclones on top, bottom of the second. And Brad McGinnis will lead it off, trying to help himself out.
Yeah, Evan looked like he found himself there in the last inning, and Pilots are going to need to get some going here, being down 2 runs now in the bottom of the second.
2-0. Evan Cluxton, one of those pitchers that if he's not throwing strikes, he will walk a lot of batters because the pitchers or the hitters really don't want to swing because they're not really sure what's coming next. As he'll walk Brad right there.
Great first at bat for the Pilots right there, getting their leadoff guy on against Evan.
We're good. Low. What's the count? 1-0. Hits him there, 2-0. Well, 3-0. Swinging over the top of that one, 3-1. With Brad at first base. No outs here, DJ Oliver. Looks at another slider there now, full count. Got him, strike 3. Evan Cluxton, a masterclass at battling back, down 3-0. Comes back with a nasty strikeout.
The first out of the inning after giving up the leadoff walk, so nice job by Evan Cluxton there.
Mark Campanero on the footsteps of taking over the RBI leaderboard. So looks at a ball high there. And ever since game 1 where they put up 6, as that ball is absolutely destroyed, 2-run shot, and Mark Campanero does it again. A home run off Evan Cluxton ties the game up. And that's a huge home run. Ties Mark Campanero with Jake Oliver on the home run leaderboard.
Yeah, and that was just an absolute laser to left field over the tall wall. And second home run of the day for Mark there to tie Jake for the lead in home runs.
One and one. Keaton McKay. And that ball is going back, and that's out of here. Keaton McKay, they go back to back. And just like that, with 2 swings of the bat, the Pilots are up 3-2.
Yeah, and just like you were saying, within the span of about a minute, it went from Cyclones up 2-0 to now the Pilots are winning 3-2, and kind of some not ideal day for Evan today.
Keep it going.
So that is a high ball. This is not a position Evan finds himself in very often. I mean, 3 runs is nothing, but for Evan, he's been floating around a .7 ERA for the majority of the season. So
yeah, and he's given up 4 home runs today. I mean, that is, like you're saying, not usual from Evan Cluxton. 2-1
count here, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. outside. 3-1. And we'll see what the Cyclones do.
Yeah, you got to think maybe they're thinking Zane here, but
And that is in play, and that's just a tough all-around play. And, you know, at some point you got to think these teams are going to make an adjustment with the shift. Every ball so far today, or the vast majority of them, have been oppos. And when you got pitchers like these guys throwing as hard as they do,
yeah,
usually that's the result you're going to get.
sometimes it's better, I think, just to play it straight up, you know, just have your third and first baseman, have that guy just kind of play in the middle of the field and go from there.
2-0 count to Brad McGinnis. That's that signature pitch right there from Evan Clugston. Drops down. 2-1 count now. And that is a foul ball. 2-2.
Evan needs to stop this run here a little bit and get a quick out.
Got him. Strike 3. Swords him right there. 2 outs in the inning. As Evan thought there might have been 3 right there.
DJ stepping up to the plate. He has 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging in this game.
Just misses. Ball 1. And if you're the Pilots, DJ, 2 consecutive games with just 2 earned runs, you know, that's really all you can do. That's a 3-0 count. And DJ Oliver sneakily will most likely have the ERA title after this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a race to the end with these two for the Cy Young. I'm excited to see it.
That'll walk DJ Oliver. Now DJ did miss 1 week, which, you know, could come back to affect his Cy Young chances. We'll see what that does. I mean, main thing for Evan is he's just in another world with his strikeout totals.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Evan's stats after today's games. I mean, I think with this little hiccup today, I'd maybe put DJ a little bit ahead of him right now if I had a vote. But, I mean, both of them are just so dominant. I mean, they're going to have their days, so.
No pitch there. And Evan Clugston did have the best pitching performance we've seen in AWA history. He had a perfect game. Remain 1-0.
Yeah, like you're saying, first perfect game ever in AWA history. I mean,
that's a hard hit ball up the middle. Alex gets well to get to it. He throws it. It does hit the backstop, so it will remain dead ball barely, but a run will score. 4-2. And that honestly was very lucky for the Cyclones. It's not more than 1 run there, as that throw barely hit the backstop.
I thought I was gonna have to be ready to catch that for a second, and luckily it hits the backstop, so another run, 1 advance.
0-1 count.
But yeah, this is just not what we're used to seeing from Evan, giving up a lot of hits. I mean, just giving up a lot of runs today.
And he is facing the best offensive lineup we've seen so far this year, and that's why the Pilots have yet to lose a series. This game is by no means over. We see 3-1 count. Just the Pilots have been very patient with Evan today. They're able to jump on those pitches. That's a hard hit ball. He misses him. DJ's going home. Gets him at home. What a play. Oh, missed it? Never mind. He missed it out of play. I thought it hit the backstop. And just like that, we thought Evan had a shot there again. The thing we couldn't see up here, but a run will come in there. And now the score is 5-2. Score an error on Evan Clugston. Josh will step in. Nasty pitch right there. No pitch.
No pitch again. You can see Evan's a little frustrated out there.
Some there. Ball 1. And this is, you know, early Evan Clugston in the league. He was a member of the Nighthawks, a member of the Enforcers. He did show that potential. And then unfortunately had some outings like this where just kind of got away from him. You've seen last year and this year, those outings are few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
But it does happen sometimes, especially when you're facing a good team like the Pacific Pilots.
Yeah, and Evan's not one to shy away from the emotion of it. Definitely showing his frustration out there.
3-1 swing there. 3-1 now is the count. And that will walk Josh Campanero. Base is now loaded for Brad McGinnis.
Something's going to give this at bat. Pilots are at 5 runs scored this inning.
It's amazing how the tides have changed after that 2-run shot from Mark Campanero.
Yeah. Just shot the confidence in Evan and just kind of dragged this game to a stop a bit here, and we're getting to the bottom of the second.
Evan looks a little loose with it here. Ball 1. 1-1 count now to Brad McGinnis. Base is loaded here. Bottom of the second. 2 outs. He looks at a ball 2 right there.
And if Evan walks in a run here, that'll be the 6-run limit for the Pilots.
Swings right there. This will be the last batter regardless. Got him. Strike 3, and we are headed to the top of the third. But the Pilots put up 5 with a chance to close it out right here and take the series. And here we go, top of the third inning. Evan Clugston will lead it off. Brad McGinnis and Evan Clugston. Oh, and his team won't let him.
Oh, man. That's what I would have liked to have seen. Evan almost hitting lefty this at bat, but getting the call from the dugout not to.
Did I hit him right there?
Yeah.
Ball 1. And that's a hard hit ball, and Evan taking his anger out right there, gets a single. And that's one way to start a rally. God, what is that noise?
And you see kind of a little game the Pilots and Cyclones have been playing with getting the ball back to the pitcher cleanly today. Evan almost thinking about taking second on the throwback.
That's the pitch right there at 58. Swinging there, 0-2 to Zane Phillips.
Cyclones down 3. Need to start chipping away here.
And we'll appeal. He did not go. Two count to Zane. Swings right there, 61, no pitch, 2-2 remains the count.
One of the few and rare times that Brad went over the speed limit today.
'61 again. We've seen this today. Quite a bit of speed checks. High there now, full count. And that will result in a walk for Zane. Runners on first and second, and upsets Jackson Carr. Jackson, a relatively quiet day here, but a no bigger spot right here. The tying run comes to the plate here in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2 this game. Had a nice single his last at bat. He'll be looking to keep that going here in the top of the third. This team down 3.
1-0 count to Jackson Carr here. We see Brad still up in the velo there, but just missing 2-0 to Jackson Carr. And that is in play, and that's unfortunate for Jackson. So that'll be an out.
Seemed like he got jammed on that one. 1 out now here in the top of the third.
5-2 the score. Runners on first and second. Upsets Alex Ballard, who had a double in his last at bat. It scored 2 to kind of start the scoring for the Cyclones.
Yeah, and the Pilots putting the shift on him again.
So that is right down the middle at 60. Perfect velocity there.
That might have been the pitch, the drive left center on the outside part of the plate.
Swinging there on a pitch that was a strike regardless. 0-2. That is fouled out of play. Does well to stay alive. Jeremy Langstead sitting on deck. Got him. Strike 3. And the Cyclones are down to their final out. Jeremy Langstead will step in.
Jeremy can tie it here with one swing of the bat, and what do you think, Jack? Probably 3-pitch strikeout or a home run here?
Well, one of those will happen. It's like 500 for both. 0-1. Well, it can't be a 3-pitch strikeout now.
That one got away from Brad there. Spiked it.
1-1. That'll be low. 2-1 now. Evan Cluxton waits on deck. Also on second base. And that ball is popped up and caught for the out. The Pilots take the series and improve to a league best. 13-2 record, and the Central Cyclones get to 10 wins, but unfortunately can't hold on to take this series.
Yeah, Pilots still yet to lose a series today. I mean, this season. And yeah, great fight by the Cyclones, but Pilots proved to be too much here. And yeah, good day today.
That'll do it here tonight. This game is the first or only game that we haven't made live this year due to technical difficulties, but it is and will be posted later this week. Thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you Wednesday, June 7th.